Thank you, Francis. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of McGrigors, can I offer you a very warm welcome to you all, and particularly to our distinguished guests, Party Leader Margaret Ritchie and McGregor, Chief Executive of the Chamber, and of course to Francis, and thank you for those kind words. As proud patrons of the Chamber, it's a great pleasure for McGrigors to host this, the latest in the 5 Leaders in 5 Days series. And I'm sure, like me, you very much look forward to hearing Margaret outline her party's policies to tackle the economic challenges that lie ahead for Northern Ireland. And there's no doubt that Northern Ireland is facing a period of immense economic challenge and choice. I'm sure Margaret may well highlight the differences of approach between the political parties, but I think that irrespective of the outcome of next month's election, it seems clear that we have yet to bear the full brunt of public sector budget cuts. These threaten to impact on the provision of services and the maintenance and improvement of our infrastructure, and they also bring with them the spectre of public sector job cuts. And in many ways, it falls to the private sector to attempt to generate the growth to plug the gap. As Francis has said, I've practiced as a corporate lawyer for more than 20 years in Northern Ireland, first with Lestrange and Brett and now with McGrigors. And I believe that the business community here is robust enough to respond to those challenges, just as it has responded to the very serious challenges that have faced it in recent decades. One of the most enjoyable features of my work, day in, daily, is that I meet clients from across the business community, whether it be the owner of a small growing SME or the director of an established international corporate. And every day I see examples of the sort of innovation and ambition which, if suitably nurtured and encouraged by a business-friendly approach from government, should surely provide the economic engine to help pull our economy out of recession. And to give you an example of this, a local example, we've recently been working with Queen's University Belfast on the joint project with Bombardier, the University of Ulster, and a number of our leading companies to develop the Northern Ireland Advanced Composites and Engineering Centre. And that's a facility to promote research and development into the industrial use of lightweight composite materials. It seems to me to be a project which demonstrates many of the strengths which Northern Ireland has to offer, combining our strong higher education sector with world-class companies and strong local businesses to develop leading-edge manufacturing technology. But it's also worth remembering that we're not alone in facing the challenges that lie ahead. I regularly speak with colleagues from our offices across these islands, and I'm consistently impressed to hear some of the ways in which other regions are responding to the changed economic circumstance with fresh and groundbreaking ideas, some of which may well have an application here. Just to give you a few examples. In Glasgow and Edinburgh, we are involved in regeneration projects based on a new financing model called TIF, or tax increment funding, which has come across from the US and is helping unlock the potential through the adjustment of local authority revenue raising powers. Elsewhere, colleagues in Manchester are working to establish an innovative joint venture structure with Newcastle City Council and a number of house builders, which should see 1,800 new homes delivered to an economically deprived area of Newcastle upon Tyne. Looking further afield, through our newly opened Qatar office in the Gulf, we're talking to InvestNI about how we can help export-led Northern Irish companies, which surely must be a key focus of development activity going forward as they explore new markets in the Middle East. So those then are just a few initiatives in different areas, but what I do think they do is to highlight some of the key characteristics which we in the business community and our elected leaders will need to exhibit in the challenging times ahead. The need to make the most of the talents that we have in Northern Ireland, the willingness to innovate and to draw on lessons that have been learned elsewhere, the need to foster and improve the spirit of entrepreneurship and business enterprise in Northern Ireland, and lastly, the need for the public and private sector to work together to share risk and reward. And they're just the sort of qualities that are identified in the jobs plan produced by the Chamber and the other business organisations, which I would commend to you. I really do believe that if we can embrace those qualities, we can surely meet the challenges which lie ahead. And without further ado, I'll pass over to Margaret Ritchie to outline her party's approach in responding to those challenges. Margaret.